Welcome everybody to 1 hour of miniature goodness. As you can see, we got some added extra on our little site tonight. I've added another little, we got the Goblin Queen has been added to the page. This was designed on the PC by Michelle, which is absolutely fantastic. So we now have the Goblin King and Queen at the bottom of the page. So thank you so much to Michelle for that. Absolutely awesome stuff. Now I've added a little beer mug that catches little bits as well. Now tell me if you think it's too much. Too many things going on. I think it's pretty with all the little bits and bobs, but I'm going to leave it all up to you guys. So if any of my goblins think there's too much going on screen, then let me know. But I just think it makes it a bit more exciting to see little bits happening while I'm doing stuff. So let me say hello to everyone. We've got Scorpions in the house, Bull GM's in house, Michelle's in house of course, and we got Ty's in house, Tal, hello Ty, and Rod's in the house. Anyone else that I've missed so far? No. So today we are doing the Blue Dragon. This is the Blue Dragon by Wizkids Games. This is from their Pathfinder miniatures. Absolutely beautiful miniature. Now, as dragons go on, like from all the different companies, this to me is the perfect size for a dragon. If you want dragons for your games, I'm finding a lot of companies now, and it's not just Wizkids and Reaper and Games Workshop, it seems to be all the different miniature companies are trying to produce the biggest possible dragons you can have. And to me, this is the perfect size. This is the scale, this is the execution, a human-sized miniature from Wizkids Games. So if you are actually a player of Dungeons and Dragons, or you have a small tabletop setup in your house and you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, I find this size dragon is perfect for what you need. Anything bigger is just overkill. Not only will your party probably not survive the attack, but this size dragon will actually fit in your dungeons much more easily, and it looks better on the table than a huge big dragon. There's nothing wrong in having your big dragons. I love the big dragons as much as everybody else, but for game wise, for gameplay and actually tabletop miniatures, this is about as big as I want for my dragons. I don't want bigger. Now what do you guys think in chat? Do you prefer bigger dragons, or do you prefer just a mid-sized dragon for your tabletop? For me, this is the perfect size. Hello, Mechanical Frog. And Carlos in the house. Yeah, nobody survives it when they play with Tal, do they? Either that or they get bored and they don't want to play with Tal. I've never played a dragon because nobody likes me. Okay, paints I'm using today. Let's have a quick look. We go for blues because it's a blue dragon, of course. We got Void Blue. This is all MSP paints, by the way. We got Void Blue. We got Dragon Blue, which kind of makes sense for what we're doing. We have some Blue Flame. We have some Dragon White. We have some Nightmare Black. Nightmare Black is with a hint of blue in it, so we're talking deep, deep blue. And we got some Mountain Brown, Woodstained Brown, of course, and we got some Shield Brown. And if we get to the ink wash stage, we got some Nun Oil. Yes, there's some awesome stuff. Now, what I'm going to do first is just get on the darkest blue. This is the old Void Blue. I've already, as you can see with this dragon, I've actually, before I started the show tonight, I've added the actual base. I added some PVA glue to the base, and then just put some gravel around the base, and I have painted the whole miniature with white, just to let it, so we've got something to work from. And I have worked out the... Hello, Log Stripey Scuff. I've worked out that, remember I was telling you about the glow shining down and making my white... What it is, it's my exposure. So I worked out with this little webcam I'm using, if I turn the exposure down on the camera, it's actually taking that glare away, because normally with the white, it's really glowy and you can't see what I'm doing. So by reducing that exposure on my camera, you can actually see better now. So hopefully you'll get a better view with what's going on. Hello, Creative. I can never say his name. Every time it comes on, Crate Iveli. There we are. I'll say it slowly. Hello. It is a better picture. All it was the exposure. I just left it to the settings that were on the camera, you know. So what I did, I just took it off the auto settings. Auto settings on his webcam seems to be a nightmare. You either have autofocus, which it never focuses on anything that you're working on, and it's the same with the exposure. It was on autofocus, so it was really coming off super white. So I've just turned that exposure down, and the glare's gone, so that's good. Anyway, we're going to start with the darkest blues, and just work our way around the miniature. One second. This isn't right. Oh dear, what have I done? I think this void blue is more of a... I've not tried this void blue before. It looks like the void blue isn't dark blue. It looks like it's more of a wash blue. One second. What have we got here? Hello, Dawn. Sometimes with the paints as well, if they've been, they do separate the colours. So what I'm going to do, I'm changing the colour to denim blue, because what's happened is that paint is separating in the pot. So I'm going to have to leave that for now. There we go, that's better. We're just trying to get this blue on. Oh, Reaper Miniatures is raiding. Welcome, Reaper Miniatures. Thank you for raiding my little channel. It's always awesome to see the Reaper folk coming on. Today I'm painting a blue dragon. This is the Pathfinder blue dragon. I'm just using that as of course I'm using my MSP paints, so we got a bit of the Reaper goodness going already. Thank you for following. Hiya, Gareth. Now what I'm doing with this blue dragon first, I'm putting on the darkest blue. This is like the blue denim. And then we'll work on and we'll do some wet blending onto the wings. But like I said to you before, I think this size dragon and is the perfect size for my games. Now Reaper have just joined, everybody from Reaper, and I thank you so much for that. But I was just actually talking about Reaper Miniatures as well, saying that all the companies, including Reaper, all are making huge great big dragons, and there's nothing wrong in having the huge great big dragons, but my own personal favorite dragons is about this size, especially for my dungeons. I do like the big dragons, but I actually prefer something in about this scale, and Reaper do make lots of those scale dragons, so there's nothing wrong in that. But for my games, I personally, anything bigger than this to me is a little bit too much. Also, while Reaper is in the house, if there's anybody from Reaper listening who's the bosses of Reaper, we still want a tavern. We would love to have a tavern in maybe a future Kickstarter, so I will shout that out now while the Reaper crew are raiding. If you are thinking about making buildings, a tavern would be absolutely amazing. I think a tavern would be a very, very, very good seller for your Kickstarter. I always like to I always mention about a tavern every time I see anybody with Reaper. Tavern! Give us a tavern! I mean, if Reaper Miniatures did a tavern, see, they could easily make it a multi-level tavern. So you could have a sub basement. So you got access to the sewers underneath. You could have, of course, the bar area, and then you could have an upper level to the bedrooms and sleeping areas. There could be a kitchen in the tavern as well. I mean, it could be a really good box set, and I would definitely be wanting one. So yeah, Reaper, if you're listening, next Kickstarter, tavern, give me a tavern. I suppose, Ty. I suppose with the lighthouse. I mean, you all know. I got 11 Reaper boats coming. Hopefully, my Bones Kickstarter will be here soon. Because I'm in the UK, of course, it takes a little bit longer. But I have got 11 of the boats. I got one of the glow-in-the-dark boats, which I'm going to be using as a nightlight, and I've got also 10 of the Sophie's boats. Which I will be doing painting tutorials, and I will be doing builds and doing different shows on those boats and how I will paint them. So that will be fantastic. I absolutely can't wait. Now, my painting, if anybody from the Reaper raid don't know me, I am a speed painter, but I'm also a tabletop standard painter. So if you do want to follow me and watch my channel, my painting is a tabletop standard and it is a speed paint. So please don't expect super Reaper Pro painters painting. I do paint to the best of my ability at a fast speed, but the aim of my show is to show you the shortcuts to show you the shortcuts in painting and to get your armies done at a good fast pace, and hopefully show you different ways to paint your miniatures to make them look fantastic for your tabletop. There are thousands of people doing the professional painting, same with the Reaper Miniatures. So I'm trying to be a little bit different and be more of a speed paint. As you can see, I just fly through the miniatures, but I try to show you how to get them done in a way where they're at an acceptable standard for your tabletop games. And of course, painted miniatures is all practice anyway. The more you paint, the better you get, and the faster you'll get. I've been painting miniatures for, well, since the late 70s. I started with the Airfix kits in the 70s, you know, Spitfires and Lancaster bombers. And then in the early 80s, that's when I moved on to Games Workshop. My first ever fantasy board game was Warlock of Firetop Mountain. I don't know if any of you will remember that one. Tal, you might remember that one. Warlock of Firetop Mountain. It was the first kind of RPG game from Games Workshop, and it had a couple of adventures in it. You know, you had your barbarian, wizard, etc. And then of course I started painting Warhammer, and I was actually painting the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures back in the 80s as well. But I never played Dungeons and Dragons as a young man. I only started playing Dungeons and Dragons about 5 years ago. But I was always a huge Warhammer fan from Games Workshop. I always found, as a young man, I always found Dungeons and Dragons very intimidating. Because back in the 80s, it really was, it just seemed so difficult. I wasn't a very good student in school of English anyway, so Dungeons and Dragons kind of came across to me as a very difficult difficult thing to learn. So this blue is absolutely working. This is denim blue, and it's going into all the recesses. Like I say, I've added a dragon white base coat to the whole of the miniature. So just by adding this blue, it's going into all the areas here, and it really is looking nice already. Very simple, just by adding this one blue color. But we're going to start wet blending in a minute, and we'll do those wings. So what I'm going to do here is the wings will be wet blended from dark blue to light, and the horns and all these little bits around here. And just a simple little thing like that will just make a huge difference, and it'll really look nice. Hey, hello, Hamish. I almost did a Scottish jig then. Okay, so what we're going to do as well, when you've got wings like this on the back, I keep them the same colour, so we're just going to use this blue on the back. So the front of the wings will be nice and light, doing that wet blending, and the back will just use this lovely blue and get that on there. Now the brushes I'm using are those nice brushes from Green Stuff World. Again, these brushes I'm using, they're only £3.50 each from Green Stuff World. They're not the expensive brushes, but they do a fantastic job. And it's like I said to you all before, you do not need the most expensive brushes in the world to make yourself a better painter. If you're a beginner to painting, I always say never buy expensive brushes, because you will ruin those brushes. They will not last. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you're starting out and you're a beginner, stick with a nice starter set of brushes, and you can't go far wrong. Once you've learnt how to take care of your brushes properly, you will find that in the future, yes, buy your expensive brushes. But if you're doing speed painting like I am, you're better off just having the cheaper brushes, because they get the job done, and you'll save yourself a lot of money. Because the last thing you want to do is use your Opus set of brushes and ruin them on your first session by getting paint clogged and getting all the bristles broken and wrecked because you don't know how to actually look after your brush properly. The key is to keep on washing your brush all the time, even with these cheaper brushes. Okay, so simple as that. We've got the blue on. The blue is already working that white, and the white is starting to come through, which is, as you can see, it's giving a nice dark effect around the scales, and that's because we've added that lovely white to begin with. So if you want that effect, this is the Denim Blue by MSP Paints. I'll just finish this off this tail, and then I'll wash my brush, and then we can make a start on the wet blending. There we are, simple as that. Oh, there we go. As you can see, when I get to 600 600 followers, I also do giveaways. At every 100 followers, I will be doing another giveaway. So for 600 followers, I shall be giving away the thank you for following, as I said that. At 600 followers, I'll be giving away the copper dragon that you can see in the left hand side. That's the Reaper Miniatures copper dragon. And then I'll give another dragon away at 700, 800, 900, if it gets to that stage. Hopefully it will in the future, which will be very, very nice. It could be giants, it could be anything. But I want to give away something at every 100 extra followers. Hello Mokai, how are you? Okay, so we want to go into our wings now. So again, we are adding some more denim blue, because we start off with that original colour, and then we're going to start adding some of this blue flame into that blue, and then pulling it down, and we'll end up with some white. So again, I should just add this into my thing here, put it over here, a little bit of that blue. We want some of the blue flame. The old pokey stick. The blue flame there. And we've got some dragon white for our last mix. Be right back, need to spray my barbecue. Pork ribs with apple juice to keep them. Are you having a barbecue? Oh, you lucky person. Lucky you. Nearly swore at you then. He's on it, yeah. Hello, Bull GM. Okay, so what we've got on my palette now, we have got denim blue, we have got blue flame, and we have got some nice dragon white. So again, we're going with our big brush. This is a number 2 brush. And again, this is what this one is from Green Stuff World. So the key is for wet blending, we start off with our darkest colour. Let's get in frame here. And all I'm going to do is add that first initial blue at the top. And we go all the way underneath the arms. All the way to the top. So we've got the exact same blue, and we're keeping it nice and moist. And that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my tissue there so I can actually mix and take off as I go along. I like to use a tissue all the time. So the tissue's there just to take off extra that I don't need. And what I'm doing is I'm adding some of that blue on my tissue and mixing it into my tissue there. I don't know if you can see that there. And what we do there, and we start adding that to the blue we just had, and we start pulling that down. And again, we go back into that. This is the blue flame I'm going into. I'm just adding it onto my tissue, and then we're adding a little bit more to our initial blue, pulling it down. What we're after is a dark to light. I'm just taking my time. What's happening is the blue is getting pulled down into the lighter blue, but it'll just make it go lighter and lighter as we go further on down the wing. It's very, very simple. We just keep on adding more and more of the initial paint. There we are. So now we're just going directly into that blue flame. Now for the bottom, I'm just going to go straight into the white. So I'm mixing in the white with that blue flame to begin with. And we'll just pull that down to the end. So the very bottom of the wings is going to be white. Oops, 1 second. I just went into the blue by accident. We can take that off with a tissue with my cotton bud there. So I'm just removing that bit at the bottom. I just hit a bit of blue, so just correcting my mistake. By using a cotton bud, we can get rid of that blue that I just added by accident at the bottom. Give my brush a wash, so I haven't got that dark blue on there. Take off the excess on my brush, and then we can go straight back into the white. The error has been fixed, and we can just go back and go over with the white. Oh, you damn it. Done it again. Keep a cotton bud handy. It's very handy to have cotton buds, because if you do make mistakes like I'm doing, you can just take away that blue. There we are. Okay, let's start again at white, and we'll just go onto there. And we just move it way down. There we are. So we got our dark blue at the top. A dark blue at the top. And it's going into our lighter blue until it goes to white, almost like ice dragon wings. Now I have got a little bit of runnage there, so we're just going to take that off with our cotton bud. Very simple. We just gently take away any excess paint we don't want. It's not an issue. There we are. Our cotton buds are lifesavers sometimes. But as you can see, absolutely beautiful. That's how I want my wings to look. Once that's fully dry, that'll look absolutely fantastic. Runnage, technical term. Is that the technical term? Yes, thank you, Michelle. The wings, they do look lovely doing a bit of wet blending. So we'll do the same on the other side, just so you saw again what I'm doing. Now what's happening is, this blue that I'm using is very, very runny. So it is, that's why it is mixing in with the white a little bit too much, but it's okay. We've worked our way around it. It's not a problem. So we'll just go over this wing here. And what we'll do is take that off. Good. I'm going back into that lovely blue flame. I'm going to start adding that blue flame and mixing that in. So we're just pulling the paint down, and we're just making it go lighter by adding more white. So we're just going layer to layer. Just keep on adding that more blue flame. And we add some white. And keep pulling that paint downwards. If you watch carefully, you can see I never go up. I'm not going up with my brush. I'm always going in one direction, and I'm pulling the paint down. I never pull the paint back up. So we're always going in one direction when we're doing our wet blending. And we keep on pulling that paint down with the brush, so it's just becoming lighter and lighter. You don't want to stop. If I pull the brush up while I'm using the light paint, that'll go back into the dark, and it will reverse the effect of what we're trying to achieve. So this is why I keep the brush going in one direction. And that's a little bit better than the last one. The last one was having some mixture of colours, so we just want to add that white to the bottom. And there we are. Very simple wet blending going down the wings. As you can see now, we've got that lovely effect. We've got the dark blue going into lighter blue, lighter blue, lighter blue, and working our way. And what we'll do now is the top of the wings. Yeah, what do you think of that bit smug? Do you think it's too much the bit smug, or is it okay on the screen? Is there too much going on the screen, or is that bit? Does that? I've never tried the bit smug. I like it because I like the way the little things fall into it. Well, if Tal likes it, it's staying. It's cool, eh? It's nice. I mean, what it is, I don't want to overdo the channel with different things. I mean, I absolutely love what Michelle has done with the Goblin King and the Goblin Queen. Absolutely amazing artist, and thank you so much for that. And of course, I'm showing off what you can get at 600 followers. You got me in the left, and a few other little bits and bobs. I don't think it's too anything more. I think it would be too much. Clutter is good. Look at his background. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're going to do these little bits now, little bits here, and then we'll do the horns. So again, because this paint is still wet, what we're going to do here is just go directly into that beautiful blue flame, and we'll just start off and pull the wet paint from the bottom a little bit, just a little. So it's just taking up the little bit of blue, mixing it in with the blue flame, and just to finish off, we go directly into the dragon white, and we'll just do the tips. And there you go. You got the reverse effect of what we did on the wings, going upwards. And we do the same on the other side. So first of all, we go back into that blue flame, and we'll just pull that up a little bit from the bottom. And then we go directly into our dragon white, and we'll just pull up the dragon white just like so. There we are, beautiful stuff. Okay, looking absolutely fab already, and we've only spent what, 5 minutes on it. Okay, let's get these horns done. So the horns again are exactly the same process. What we're going to do is start off with our blue flame, and we'll just go at the bottom of the horn here with the blue flame, work our way around. This could be a little bit tricky, but we'll get there. Just go all the way around with the blue flame. And then we just go straight into that dragon white, and we shall move that towards the end. We'll pull the blue flame along with it, So the actual end of the horn is pure dragon white. And the same on this side. I don't know if you can see that very well. You got the blue flame going into the white. I'll do the same on this side. So again, got the blue flame at the bottom. Make sure it goes all the way around. And don't worry if you go over with any parts, because we're using lighter colours than the initial blue. If you go over any parts of your dragon now, you can go back over it because we're using a lighter colour. So that dark blue you began with, you'll be able to use again and cover any mistakes you make. I've just painted my watch. Okay, so now we're adding the white again. So we are pulling the blue flame out towards the end of the horns. It is a very slight difference in paint, to be honest with you, but it looks really, really nice. You might not see it so well on the camera, but it's given some really, really nice effects. I might see it better at the front there. Yes, you can. As you can see, you've got the nice dark blue on the head there, and the horns, you've got that blue flame, and then it goes into a nice white dragon white on the ends of the horns. And we're going to do this to every single horn. So again, just move our way down, and we start adding that blue flame, and there's one there. I mean, you can go darker blue, but personally this is just right for what I want. We're just using the dragon white again for the ends, and we're pulling that blue flame up along the spine of that the spine. There we go, and that's blending in nicely. Actually, we need a bit of blue there, a little blue at the bottom, and then pulling it up a little bit more with the white. I want to thank everybody for following the channel. It's very, very kind of you. Like I say, I am a small creator, a small-time painter. I am trying my best to make a good shows on Twitch, but Twitch definitely has not been. I'm not really. I'm not really a super duper live stream person. I'm trying my best to do the shows. And I do them twice a week. I do a show on Monday, and I do one show today, like you're showing you now. But I only stream 2 hours a week. I think 2 hours a week is perfect. It's not too much, and it's not too little. And Baby Bear says it's really, really cool. I don't know, in the future I might do a couple of specials. I have been talking to Gareth, the Star Wars man, because when we get our Bones 5 collection, Gareth has already got his because he lives in the USA. But once I get mine, I was thinking of doing like a little special show now and again on a different day, be like once a month, where we could paint together and do just the Bones 5 miniatures, just a little special show on the Bones 5 minis. I thought that'd be nice. And it would be his take on how he would paint the Bone 5 minis, and my take on how I would paint that particular mini that we could do on the show as well. So as you can see so far, just by adding that one blue coat, so a little recap is I base coated the whole miniature first with dragon white. Then I've used denim blue, which have gone over the whole of the darkest areas. And of course, because I use that lovely dragon white underneath, the dragon white is coming through that blue, which is already giving you almost instant highlights, which looks fantastic on what we've done. And of course, we're adding wet blend into all the wings. So all the wings have got a nice dark blue going into a nice light colour. And we're doing the same with all the horns. So just by doing these simple little things to the dragon, it's not taking us very long at all, but you're getting such a good end result. I mean, it's just incredible what you can do with what I'd call minimal effort. Thank you for following. The key to miniature painting is to enjoy yourself. Of course, the main thing, it's why we do the hobby in the first place. We do it because of the fun of it. For me as well, it's a great anti-stress, anxiety thing where I could just chill out. But it's also, I want to be able to paint my miniatures fast and simple and make them look fantastic, especially when you've got Kickstarters like you say, going back to the Bones miniatures. I mean, I got thousands of Reaper Bones miniatures. If I painted every single miniature to a tabletop quality, I would never a showcase. Should I say a showcase quality? I'd be lucky to get 100 or 200 miniatures done in a year. So it's a difficult one. You got to make a decision of, do you want all your miniatures painted, or do you want to have boxes and boxes and boxes of miniatures that you'll never paint in your lifetime because you are trying to paint every single miniature to a showcase standard? So I made the decision to paint to a tabletop standard and stick to that. And of course, as you paint and practice and keep on painting, you will get faster, you will get better. But if I did do it to a showcase standard, we'd never get any miniatures done for my tabletop games. Ooh. Oh yes, that's a good point. Do the wings break when it flies if it's like ice wings? Yes. Or would it melt? Would it melt? Would it melt if he flew too close to the sun? If I ever go check this one. Yes, fit for future. It's exactly what I'm talking about. I average 200 to 300 miniatures a month painting. I mean, and that's quite low for me, to be honest. If Scorpio in chat could probably tell you how much I paint a month. We're talking hundreds of miniatures a month. I start work at around between 3 and 5 o'clock every morning. all my patrons will tell you, because I am on Patreon at least between 4 and 5 every morning, and that's the time I start work, which is painting my miniatures. And I normally finish work about 9 o'clock at night, and I do that 7 days a week, just painting miniatures 7 days a week from 5 o'clock till about 9 o'clock every single day. And it's the best job I've ever had in the world. It's my life is painting miniatures. I love it. It's absolutely... How do I do it? Willpower. Willpower and the love of the hobby. if you really no, I'm not, that's the wrong words. It's just I love doing it. I'm working from home for a start. I mean, every day I got my cats, I got my dog, I got Scorpler. Scorpler comes in last. She'll dump me by the time the show's over. But no, it is working from home, doing something you love. I mean, I think it's everybody's dream is to actually do a job that they're doing. I'm my own boss. I'm self-employed, so the work I put in is what I will earn, should I say. I can only earn what I do, so I have to work to pay my mortgage. It is very difficult though. I mean, it is my dream job, but I holidays, and if you get sick, it's quite scary because being self-employed, you can't afford to have time off, of course. You don't get paid for your holidays, you don't get paid for being sick. So there's many things about having your own business as a self-employed miniature painter. It's very difficult because you've got that risk of not earning money or becoming sick, of course. And like I say, I've got hundreds of miniatures to paint every month in preparation for all my patrons. So it can be quite a scary thing being your own boss. You can't afford to be sick. And I've lost my train of thought what I was doing now, getting chatty. Okay, what are we moving on to? That's right, we're just doing the spines and we'll do the little fingers and stuff. I need a smaller brush. Again, for the hands and the nails of the dragon, again we'll do the flame and then move them to white at the ends on the tips of the fingernails. So I'm actually using a double O brush now, so it's a very small brush, and we're just going on to those fingertips, and we're just adding the back of the fingertips, and then adding some dragon white just to finish off the fingertip. And we do that to all those. Like I say, once I do a YouTube video of all my Twitch shows, and on the YouTube video what I do, I edit the video, but I also, on every single YouTube video, I'll show a 360 of the finished video, the finished miniature, sorry. I do a 360, so even though if I don't finish the miniature on show, on the Twitch show within the hour, what I do is I always finish the miniature off screen and then make a 360 video of it, so you can actually see roughly what the finished dragon will look like. My idea is, for the hour show, if anybody can just take one thing from the show or learn one thing or get some inspiration from one thing I've done in the hour show, then I feel that it's worth me doing these Twitch shows, because all I want is to show people what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll get inspiration for your own miniatures. Even if it's just one little thing, even if it's just something I said on show and you've learnt something and it's inspired you, then that's made it worth me carrying on doing these Twitch shows for everybody. So we're just going over all the little horns now, or the little horns or fingernails, whatever you want to call them, and we're just finishing them off. And Like I say, we start with blue flame, and then we're just pulling off some dragon white onto the tips of the little nails going around. And as you can see, we'll do the same on the sides here. So we'll start moving on to the hair now, the head. So we'll just put a tiny bit of that blue flame there. Let's see if we can get in the picture there. A little bit of blue flame there, and there, and just there, and a little bit there. Then we'll just add the dragon white, and we'll just pull the blue flame to the ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just added that on the side of the head there. We'll do the same on the other side. But the blue flame again. We'll just add the blue flame to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go into the dragon white. And we start pulling that blue flame back up the horn there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're done. Simple as that. And again, going across the top of the eyes, we've got some horns on the top there. So we'll do the same on the top. And a blue flame. Just make sure I don't have too much. Don't overload your brush. So again, we're getting quite tricky now. We shall start. 1, just there, 2 there, 3. A little bit more paint. Same on the other side. 1 there, just there, and 1 there. Then we go straight into that dragon white, and we start pulling away the blue flame. So pulling away from the dragon white, and the same on the other side. You can see it. There we are. This is looking absolutely fab, and we've not done hardly anything on it so far. Really, we've just added our main colours. The detail will be when we start. What I'll be doing, I'll be dry brushing up the scales. I can't do that now because, of course, the paint's still wet. But it'll just be a dry brush of a lighter blue going all over the scales. It's a very simple little paint today. Okay, and just on here, a bit more dragon white going down off the horn there. Going back into this dark blue because I missed a piece here, so we're just going to add that to there, just to finish off the blue. And there's another little horn here and here, so again we'll go back into that blue that we used earlier, the blue flame, and we'll finish off these wings, and we'll just add this blue here, and then we'll add that dragon white again and start pulling that down. That's up, and the same on this side. Again, blue flame for that, just add it to there. And we just add some dragon white and we pull that down. And there we are. So that's roughly all the blue done on this dragon so far that we can get done, because of course it's still wet, so we can't do anything else to this at the moment. I can start painting the base. What time are we on? Well, we're actually out of time. It's my hour is just about up. So if you have any questions, yes, Michelle, yes it is. It's the blue dragon excuse me, it's the Blue Dragon from Wave 14. It's from the Pathfinder range from Wizkids Games. It's an absolutely beautiful miniature, and of course I think it's the perfect size for any dungeon. It's definitely in my top 10 dragons. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful dragon, and like I say, very nice to paint. It really gives it just looks the part to me. It's got that classic dragon feel, and there we go. There's a bit of scale for you. It is a beautiful dragon. So there we are. Thank you everybody so much for popping on tonight. Thank you to Reaper Miniatures for raiding me. It's an absolutely honour to have Reaper Miniatures raid my channel, and I think they're an absolute fab for doing that. They don't have to, but they do, and it just showing me the love. So there we are. Thank you everybody so much again for popping on. I shall say, oh, I didn't do my thing. If you want a free mini, if all my sorry for this, all my patrons on the painted tier, your free miniature. If you want a free mini, say give me a free mini, and we'll do that draw, and Claire will give the winner on Patreon later on. So I got carried away because Reaper had joined in. So if you want your free miniature, just type in give me a free mini, all the people on a painted tier on my Patreon. My next stream will be on Monday. On Monday, I shall be back doing my Reaper Miniatures, because on Monday is my Reaper Miniatures stream. On a Thursday, I do Wizkids, but every single Monday is a Reaper Miniatures stream, and it's all my Reaper goodness. Once again, thank you everybody for subscribing to the channel, following the channel, giving me cheers. It's absolutely fantastic, and I do hope you all enjoy what I'm doing. Okay, I think that's everybody. Yes, no Saturdays. I was going to do a Saturday stream, but Scorpler gave me you do a Saturday stream, and I'll be on the street. Thank you, Kippo. Thank you so much. Okay, I shall say goodnight. I got to take my little doggy for a walk now. So love to every single one of you, and I hope to see you all on Monday. So take care and good night.